Welcome to the Moon Manifesting Podcast. I'm Kyra, Howearth, your host. Here on the show, we talk all about manifesting your dreams with the power of the moon so you can use the cosmic energy to transform your life. Hi there, welcome back to the Moon Manifesting Podcast. It's Kyra Howearth, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about eclipse season for March 2025. This is super exciting. I love eclipse season. It means that changes are coming. Eclipses open up powerful portals of transformation where you can rapidly change your life. This is a super exciting and powerful time for changes, but be warned, things may get a bit chaotic. Eclipse season can get a negative rap. In fact, in historical times, people actually feared eclipses and they were seen as bad omens. And admittedly, eclipse season should be taken seriously because sometimes unexpected things do happen. Sometimes the universe has another plan for you, which may not be what your plan was. However, in saying all that, you can absolutely harness the eclipse energy and work with this energy to your advantage. Just be aware that sometimes it doesn't always go to plan. Sometimes the universe just really wants to send you in another direction than where you want to go, but there is definitely potential for you to harness this energy. So I have been working with the moon quite closely for about 10 years now. I did start my moon manifesting journey around 10 years ago, starting off with new moon rituals and full moon rituals and all that sort of thing, setting intentions. And I've probably only been working consciously with eclipses for about 6 years now. And in fact, the first time that I think I really did work with an eclipse was when I held my very first moon circle locally, which was really amazing. What had happened was I had wanted to start holding local moon circles for a while, and I was actually really scared. I thought, no one's going to come to these moon circles. I'm the only weirdo in my town who's into the moon and this sort of stuff. And it was sold out. I had 25 people packed into a tiny little room coming to my very first moon circle, which was held under a lunar eclipse. I just could not believe just how well the community responded to this wild idea I had about having a moon circle. So that was a lot of fun. Another really cool experience I've had with eclipses was manifesting a $50,000 insurance payout, which was really unexpected. Like I knew I was getting something, but I didn't think I was getting quite that much. And that happened literally under a lunar eclipse. It was the day after the eclipse. We got a phone call from the insurance company confirming that that was how much money that we were receiving. And then I think a day or two later, that money appeared in our bank account. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, you can really manifest some magic under eclipses. So eclipse season in March 2025, we will have a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo occurring on the 14th of March, followed by around 2 weeks later, there'll be a solar eclipse in Aries on the 29th of March. So these specific lunations have their own energies, and where they aspect your natal chart can mean significant things for you personally. So while we can talk about these eclipses on a general level, in today's episode, I will guide you through how to find out exactly what these eclipses may bring up for you more personally. So let's dive into it. Let us dive into exactly how you can use eclipse season to your advantage to get what you want. But just a little reminder that eclipse season is chaotic. So, I mean, we can always put our things out there, put our intentions out there, ask the universe for what we want, but just be open to what the universe actually delivers for you. So, first up, we're going to find out exactly where these eclipses are falling on your natal chart. So you'll need to bring up your natal chart. If you don't already have one, You can get one for free online from websites like astro.com or astro-charts.com, or just Google it, free natal chart. There is so many websites out there that can help you bring up a natal chart. So once you have your natal chart, you'll want to find approximately 23 degrees Virgo, or probably closer to 24 degrees. This Virgo lunar eclipse is at 23 degrees and 57 minutes. So it's like 3 minutes away from 24 degrees. So anywhere there. You'll want to see what house this lunar eclipse is falling in. So we have our 12 houses on our astrology chart. Each of these 12 houses describes something like a different area of your life. So you'll want to find what house this lunar eclipse is falling in. And of course, being a lunar eclipse means that the moon is on one side. The moon is going to be at 23 degrees, 57 minutes Virgo, and the sun is directly opposite the moon in Pisces. So the sun will be at 23 degrees, 57 minutes Pisces. So it's probably worthwhile looking at both of those houses, because this is going to show you the balance that you need to create. All right, the sun is pulling you in one direction, the moon is pulling you in the other direction. The key with full moons and lunar eclipses is to find balance between both of those energies. So what's happening in 2025 and maybe into 2026 as well is the nodes, the north node and the south node are in Pisces and Virgo. So the south node is hanging out in Virgo. The south node is like our past karma. It's what we need to leave behind. Whereas the north node is in Pisces, and that's where we're needing to go towards. It's where we need to maybe step out of our comfort zone and push ourselves towards that direction. So talking on a general level of Virgo and Pisces, of this Virgo-Pisces axis, we're really needing to leave behind things like perfectionism, overthinking, analysis paralysis, like, you know, when you just keep thinking and mulling things over and you don't actually get anywhere. That's what we need to leave behind. Instead, we need to lean into the Piscean energy of going with the flow, surrendering, trusting in the universe, trusting in the bigger picture, trusting that even if things don't go to plan, that the universe is looking out for us anyway. It's all about leaning into that like spiritual sort of understanding that maybe all is not revealed immediately, but the universe has a plan, even if we don't know what that plan is, which is kind of funny because that's like exactly what I've been talking about for this episode so far anyway. But that is specifically what this Virgo Pisces axis is all about. So that is something that may come up for you on this Virgo full moon lunar eclipse on the 14th of March. You might find there's this push, there's this pull between the really practical, analytical side of things, and then like letting go, surrendering to the magic of the universe. So of course, looking into what houses both 23 degrees 57 minutes Virgo is in, and then opposite that in Pisces. What houses is that on your chart? So you'll find that they are in like exact opposite houses. So that could also help you understand a little bit more about what's coming up for you personally. And again, you may like to look at whether there's any planets there on your chart around either of those places in Virgo or Pisces, or maybe even in Gemini or Sagittarius at about 24 degrees, Gemini or Sagittarius, because those Gemini and Sagittarius placements will be making a square to the moon and the sun on the eclipse. So if you do have anything around there, then that may create a bit of tension with what's coming up for you with this lunar eclipse. If I'm getting too astrological mumbo jumbo, then just take it back a step, just go back, just find 23 degrees Virgo on your chart. So that's the lunar eclipse. That's where to find that. Let's talk about the Aries solar eclipse that's coming up, and then we'll go into our next step. So our Aries solar eclipse that's coming up in March 2025, that is on the 29th of March, and this one is occurring at exactly 9 degrees Aries. So I have just spoken about how we have our Pisces and Virgo nodal axis going on at the moment, and I actually do have an episode all about this nodal shift that I've released earlier on in the year. If you are wanting to understand a bit more about the nodes, that's a really good episode to dive into, and specifically what that means for the year ahead. But because the node, the North Node was hanging out in Aries recently, and 9 degrees Aries is not all that far away from where the node is currently. The North Node in Pisces is in like the late 20s. I'm not sure the exact degree off the top of my head right now. It's somewhat close enough. So this solar eclipse in Aries is a partial eclipse. It's not quite close enough that it's making a full solar eclipse, but it's close enough that it's still triggering an eclipse. But it's still a super powerful time, possibly not as powerful as like a total solar eclipse, but definitely don't underestimate the power of a partial solar eclipse. It is still super, super powerful. So the Aries energy, this Aries solar eclipse may bring up things to do with yourself. The Aries axis, the Aries and Libra axis, which is where the nodes were before they shifted into Pisces and Virgo earlier this year, was all about finding balance between yourself and what others expect of you. So doing the things that you want compared to people-pleasing behaviors. So it might be a really good opportunity for you to really lean into your own personal power to do the things that you really want to do without worrying too much about what other people might think. So again, you'll want to find where 9 degrees Aries is on your natal chart to find what will be coming up for you with this solar eclipse in Aries on the 29th of March. And again, you might like to look at planets that are nearby on your natal chart. Maybe you have things in Aries. You may have things opposite in Libra, around 9 degrees Libra. You may also want to check out 9 degrees Capricorn or 9 degrees Cancer, because these signs will be making a square to Aries at 9 degrees Aries. So just checking out maybe what's on your chart, if anything might be aspecting that solar eclipse. So once we have found out exactly where these two eclipses are falling on the natal chart, and you've felt into the houses, maybe had a look to see if there's any planets that are going to be affected by this energy, then the next step is to work a bit more specifically with this eclipse energy. So for the lunar eclipse in Virgo, lunar eclipses, they really magnify the effects of full moons. So this can be a time of receiving, of manifesting. You might actually receive the thing that you've been wanting to manifest, and you might receive it quite fast. Like that story I shared about how I manifested that insurance payout quite rapidly, quite unexpectedly. So there may be something like that where you can manifest something quite rapidly, but also full moons and lunar eclipses are about releasing. And the really cool thing about releasing in terms of manifestation is that when we release stuff out of our lives, when we let go, we create space for something new to manifest. So if you're wanting to call in something into your life, the universe isn't going to give you more than what you can handle, right? So if you're, let's say, looking for a new job, but you're still working at your old job, then how are you going to get a new job? Because you're too busy working at your current job, right? So you might need to actually submit your resignation, right? You might actually need to leave your job, and that might be something that's appropriate for you under the lunar eclipse if this is something that's coming up, because that way you'll create space for something new to bloom and blossom into your life. And I'm not saying necessarily leave your job, but if that's what's coming up for you, if you're feeling called to do that could be cool. So you want to keep whatever it is that you're releasing out of your life, you want to keep it related to what it is that you want to manifest. So let's say that you want to manifest more money. Well, what are you going to release? Maybe you're going to release debts. Maybe you're going to release spending habits. Maybe you're going to release all those subscription services that you have that are sucking out all your money every month. Like maybe you just don't need Netflix anymore. So maybe there's things there that you can release that's going to create space for what it is that you want to manifest. And the more related you can have it, like with the example of like letting go of a job so that you can bring in a new job, if you keep it related, then it really helps with the flow of energy to call in the thing that you're wanting to manifest. So that's for the lunar eclipse. For the solar eclipse in Aries, this is a really cool opportunity to set intentions and bring things into your life quite rapidly, to manifest things quite fast. You do need to be prepared to do the work. And you do need to be prepared for things to change fast. Don't work with the eclipses if you aren't prepared to change. If you aren't prepared to completely transform your life and for things to change rapidly, then just sit this one out, and that's totally okay. There have been eclipses where I've been like, you know what? I have, manifested the things I want right now. I'm not really going to really try to manifest anything, and that's okay. You don't have to do something every new and full moon or every eclipse season. That is totally fine. But if you do want to call in something with this solar eclipse, be prepared, because things can happen really fast. So again, being really specific about what it is that you want to call in. Solar eclipses, you're not necessarily releasing, but releasing stuff can always be a good thing if there is stuff that is coming up that you want to let go of. It will always create space for something new, but specifically for solar eclipses, this is a really important time for setting strong intentions. Set a really powerful intention and then do the work to actually bring that intention into your reality. So the third and final thing I'll talk about for today is an embodiment practice. So by this stage, we've found where the eclipses are falling on our natal chart. So we're knowing what energy is naturally going to come up for us anyway, what planets might be in the mix there as well on our natal chart. So what planetary influences might be coming up, just understanding the energy of what might be coming up anyway. And then we've had to think about maybe what it is that we want to release or what it is that we want to manifest. And then moving forward, once you've set those intentions or you've figured out what it is that you want to release and all that sort of stuff, and then you're kind of in that limbo period where it's kind of like you've done the thing and now you're waiting for the universe to take the reins and actually deliver the results that you want. Embodiment can really give you some of the best results. I know that from my personal experience, when I have done some sort of embodiment practice to, kind of seal the deal with my eclipse ritual, this is where I've been able to get out of my head and into my body, and it really makes things happen fast. And I don't know the exact science of this. Everything is connected, right? But it works. It absolutely works. So some ideas for your embodiment practice could include rituals. Maybe you do some sort of ritual or spell. Maybe you have a cacao ceremony by yourself, or maybe you attend some sort of cacao ceremony with a group. Breath work is so powerful. Yoga, dance, anything that gets you out of your head and into your body can be such a powerful practice to include as part of your lunar or solar eclipse ritual. And again, if you can make it really specific and related to what it is that you want to manifest, you're going to get the best results here as well. So let's go back to, say you're wanting to manifest more money. So you're maybe releasing debts on the lunar eclipse, and then maybe you do a prosperity spell, right? Maybe you get some mint leaves and a green candle and whatever else, some citrine crystals, and do a little candle ritual or something. Or maybe you feel like you really need to shift some emotions out of your body. You're feeling like emotions are holding you back and keeping you stuck. So maybe you allow yourself to cry. Or maybe you want to bring more self-love into your life, and so you anoint yourself with a self-love rose quartz infused body oil. Keep it really specific to what it is that you want to manifest. Find a way to bring in some sort of embodiment practice, something where you're doing something. You're not just necessarily writing down your intentions in your journal and then closing the journal and being like, I'll just wait for the universe to manifest that. You need to get out of your head and get into your body and really work with this eclipse energy and see what happens. It's super exciting, and I would love to see what you manifest from this. So eclipses can be really powerful portals of transformation if you work with the energies and if you are prepared to do the work. Just remember that things can shift really suddenly and unexpectedly. So trust the universe. Things happen for a reason and everything happens in divine timing anyway. So even if you don't manifest the exact thing that you did want to manifest under the eclipse, just trust that if it's meant to be, it will come into your life soon anyway, or in divine timing. So this eclipse season, I'm holding a Manifest It Fast challenge inside the Moon Manifesting Coven. This is such an exciting and exclusive event that's happening only inside the Moon Manifesting Coven. And you can totally join for just this month, just so you get access to the challenge and then leave. Or perhaps you end up loving the coven so much that you stay on. Inside the Moon Manifesting Coven, you get to dive deep into the whole world of moon manifesting. I have a comprehensive course there for you so you can understand exactly how to work with all the lunar energies. You get access to workbooks every single new and full moon. There's also special lunar eclipse and solar eclipse workbooks to help you dive a bit deeper into rituals, into journaling, into tarot spreads, and so much more. Horoscopes, there's so much. You also get some lunar love notes every time the moon changes signs, so you always stay up to date with the current lunar energy. And then of course we have our Manifest It Fast challenge, where, as the name suggests, I'm going to be guiding you through this eclipse energy to manifest something rapidly in your life utilizing these eclipse energies. This is so exciting and it's such a powerful event, and I really hope that you join me inside the Moon Manifesting Coven for the Manifest It Fast challenge. You'll find the link to join the coven and our Manifest It Fast challenge down in the show notes. I would love to welcome you inside the Moon Manifesting Coven. So what will you manifest this eclipse season? Wherever eclipse season takes you, I hope you enjoy the ride. This is really a powerful time for manifesting. So just don't be afraid to dream big. Literally, you can manifest anything. As I've been saying, like throughout all of Pisces season, this is like my Pisces season mantra, is that if you can dream it, you can manifest it. So I'll leave you with that final thought. For now, stay magical, stay manifesting, and stay tuned. I'll talk with you soon. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Moon Manifesting podcast. If you are curious about working with the moon, you can read my book, Moon Manifesting, or join us inside the Moon Manifesting Coven. You'll find the links in the show notes, or go to kyrahowearth.com.